So in my last video I showed that this is currently how I'm starting my car. I've got a big old battery off of a BMW, and it's got jump leads going to the original battery. Now I know this is not the safest or most ideal method, but the winter we had recently destroyed my battery. So what I did, a bit of a backstory, so I bought this battery here offline. So this was supposed to be the battery for my vehicle. I purchased this battery from Car Parts for around £45, which said it was the correct battery for my number plate. But as you can see, this is the battery that come in the original import. Now this is a lot smaller. So you can see that's what, about an inch, 2 inches smaller. So I done my research and I found out that you can't really find these batteries anywhere now. They're about £100 new. So what I had to do is buy a kit from MX5 Parts, which was brilliant, to allow me to fit this bigger battery. If we try and fit the battery straight in, it overhangs by about that much. So this is everything that comes in the kit. We got the tray, we got the bracket to hold it down. We're going to go ahead now and install this in the car. First of all, you want to go ahead and remove this bracket here. So that's held on by 2 bolts there. Let's take the tray out. I'm going to go ahead and clean off all that rust. So that's where they haven't had the breather hoses in the past. So that needs to come off, and this bracket here needs to come off. So we're going to go ahead and remove that and clean up the actual bay. As you can see under the tray, it looks quite manky. I think this is all surface rust. I'm hoping. Definitely recommend taking your battery tray out if you haven't, and check underneath. Check the acid hasn't actually rusted the bodywork. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that up. So I got as much as I could do today. What I want to do is put a rust prevention, rust treatment stuff around there, and then I'm going to spray all this area with red hammerite, just to stop any of that rust from going any further. So it's not too bad, it's just a little bit there, it's only surface rust, and I'm going to continue this tomorrow. Okay, so it's a couple of days later now, and I finished with the rust proofing and the hammerite spray paint. As you can see, it's turned out pretty nice. I have oversprayed it in certain areas, so just put the light on. So next we're going to be installing the brackets, and I've got another thing that I might put down as well, which is anti-acid mat. So hopefully that will stop any further corrosion in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and get all that stuff now. What I've decided to do is stick these yellow little pads down. Now these are actually part of this mat that I got from Moss Europe. And the idea is that it absorbs any battery acid, it will absorb it. So rather than it going on the metal and starting to corrode little patches like I had before, hopefully these patches should stop that. So I've just cut it out and glued them down with some spray adhesive. So I'm going to let these dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the clamps back down. So I've gone ahead and put this bracket on here. Now originally it was flipped the other way, so imagine that bracket around the other way. Now what you need to do to support the bigger tray is just rotate it around so it's facing that way. Also down here, these are the original holes for mounting the secondary bracket, that one and that one. I believe the new ones we need to use are actually hidden under some tape here, so we got one there and one there. So what I'm actually going to do is pull this tape off, and I'm going to spray with the red hammerite over the top, just because I don't want that rusting through. And then what I'm going to do is cover these old holes just with some tape, the same way these ones were. Okay, so I'm back. I've got this bracket on here, and I was right, it does screw down into the two holes hidden underneath the tape, and then the two original ones are there and there, which I might want to cover with something, I'm not too sure yet. So I'm just going to go grab the battery tray and the battery, and I'll go ahead and put that in. Okay, so sorry, the light has failed. It's suddenly gone dark really quick, so I haven't connected the power terminals up yet. I've got the bigger bracket connected, and it's currently sat obviously in the bigger tray, and I've reconnected the breather pipes. So I'm going to show you what it looks like in the morning, and yeah, so that's what the big battery kit looks like. Okay, so through the power of the internet, it's now morning. So here's the new battery installed. We've got the bigger clamps, and I've put the breather hoses in. There's one on the other side as well, just for extra safety. And I've reattached the battery terminals. So this is the overall size of how big it is. So overall I'm very happy with the slight modification. Tell me what you guys think. Was these pads a bad idea? I don't know. It needed refreshing because it was very rusty under there, so I'm happy that I've got around to painting that. So that should refresh it a bit and make it look a lot nicer. So there we are. I'm going to have to clear out this boot because it's a mess. But thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and tell me if I should have done anything differently.